What is going on, guys? DragonTamerBlayde here, back from our Elder Scrolls Legends, and today we're going to be playing another budget deck. As you can see here, it's a Daggerfall deck. Let's go ahead and pop it up. I already made the deck off screen. I figured it just makes this intro a little bit smoother. So we're going to go ahead and break it down. Again, with these budget decks, I try and focus in on the theme of that house that was provided to us. So since Daggerfall focuses heavily on items, I decided to build Items Daggerfall. A little bit tough to do because a lot of the great item cards are either from like one of the 10 card collections like the Gardener of Swords, or Master of Arms is an epic, Corsair Ship is from Dark Brotherhood. So there's a lot of good cards you could fit in if you own any of the other sets, but again, you guys already know how it is. All epics are all commons and rares just from the pack based expansions. I'm pretty sure I didn't mess up anything. Pretty sure. Oh no, I accidentally put one of those guys away. So let's go get him back. Where are you? Whiterun Protector. Alright. So, being an items deck, obviously one drop is Crown Quartermaster. Not really much else you're going to go for one drops. I considered playing Firebolt as a one drop, but obviously since we have Sorcerer's Colors, we decided to run Sorcerer's Negation instead. Daggerfall Phantom, it is just the only rare tricolor card you can run for this class. The other options are the Special Ornamented Sword, or whatever it's called, the Special Sword. That's a 8 cost 3/3. That's an epic. And then you have Emmerich, who's a legendary. So Daggerfall Phantom is your tricolor card, so you have to play him. Ebon Thread Cloak, we're playing 2 of them. It's pretty good on things like Daggerfall Phantom to prevent them from being instantly removed, or any of your other big item creatures. If you build somebody up, Ebon Thread Cloak can at least keep them safe for a turn, unless it's a creature-based silence or removal. Ornamented Sword, I like it a little bit better than, excuse me, like it a little bit better than the Dagoth Dagger, just because this can create a creature if we need it, and Mobilize is one of the new mechanics from the expansion, so we're trying to highlight Mobilize as well. Same thing with Ebon Thread Cloak. Poison Dagger, it's a good piece of removal. We don't have a lot of removal options, so the Poison Dagger can give us a way to trade into big guards if we need to. Rehad Horseman, another one that's fantastic with Ebon Thread Cloak. It gives him almost a guaranteed 1 swing, which should push you for at least 6 damage. So pretty good, obviously. Sidonian Courier generates items, leaves a body behind that we can equip items onto. I think it works pretty well. Skilled Blacksmith makes our items cost less. Not great overall. We're not running a ton of items. We're running like just enough items to be decent. And we actually might even consider cutting Skilled Blacksmith for other items. I would really like to run Cloak and Dagger, but that's an Isle of Madness card, so we can't run that. But alas, we move on. Sorcerer's Negation, just a good card. Camelorn Hero, aggressively statted, pushes some damage on the board, just like the things it was providing for us. Prophecy card, Mobilized card, can be defensive, but it also pushes 3 extra damage. Covenant Play is just really flexible. I like what it can provide, and it's a common. Craven Conscript, one of our best opportunities to get stats on the board, and the limitation of needing an item in order to work. It's not the worst thing when we have 13 main deck items and then another 6 that we can get from creatures, so we've got 19 different ways to enable Craven Conscript. Fighter's Guild Berserker, again, it's an expertise card, which isn't Daggerfall's thing, but expertise triggers by playing items, and I think it's just an easy way to push some extra damage, and his stats are pretty aggressively statted. Mace of Encumbrance, it's not really an aggressive item, but it can slow aggro mirrors down, kind of buy us the time we need, and it's a pretty good item overall. I like it. Playing Young Mammoth because he is a beefy boy, just one of the best creatures you can play. Almost any purple deck, especially budget decks, going to want to run Young Mammoth. A-list Huntmate's in here, mostly for card draw. The deck kind of struggles in the card draw department, and I even considered maybe running more card draw, so maybe we cut Skilled Blacksmith for something like a Rapid Shot. Especially since most of our items are cheap, and maybe we'll do that right before we start. But Ayla's Huntmate is in here to draw because we could use stuff like that. Simple as that. And it's if you break the rune, it's a 4 cost 4/4 that draws a card. Covenant Oathman is in here, mostly for drawing items from our deck. But if we can trigger the purple effect, it's a bonus. Again, that's another one that's really good with Cloak and Dagger, because if you pull Cloak and Dagger with Covenant Oathman, they both get +2/+2. But Covenant Oathman giving anything +2/+2 in this deck is just pretty good. Lightning Bolt, it's another one of those, just really good cards, deals extra damage. Mystic Dragon's in here for Beefy Prophecy, and we don't have a ton of... you guys have seen the other videos. There's not a ton of options for 4 cost or higher, so Mystic Dragon just fits in pretty nicely. I ran Royal Sage because I figured we're probably going to be on head on life a lot of the time if things are going well. So Royal Sage can help us kind of win more in that sense by getting us good keywords. And again, not a ton of options as far as 4 cost goes. Sparksmith is in here. 4 cost 4/4 is almost good enough. And then all of the items that we have that we'll be able to equip can just get some little incremental damage with the extra 1 bonus damage from Sparksmith. Whiterun Protector turns into a beefy body when we break a rune. 5 cost 6/6 with Guard and Regenerate is really, really good. So he's just in there for the body. Same thing with Conjuration Scholar. We get 6/7 worth of stats for 6, and it's a Guard. High Rock Stalwart, another one of those guys we're playing mostly for the body. That's all he is a body. If we have an item on the board, he's a 6 cost 7/7, which is a budget version of Stampede Sentinel, which we can't play because he's an epic. Then we've got Triumphant Jarl, 6 cost 4/4. Obviously isn't that great, but again, the game plan with this deck is to be ahead on health more often than not, so we should be able to get the 2 bonus cards and hopefully make up for the otherwise lack of draw we have in the deck. And Savage Ogre is in here because I think it's a very underrated finisher, especially in budget decks. Being able to push for an extra 5 damage from hand randomly can catch a lot of people off guard. But the more I've talked about it, the more I think we're going to cut the Skilled Blacksmith. See if there's any other draw cards that we want to add last second. Rapid Shot is probably a decent choice. Just give me a second to see if there's anything else I want to run. Battlefield Scrounger is tempting, but not good enough, I don't think. Crucible Blacksmith, we don't have that many good items that we want to really like search for them. How blue heavy are we? 36 cards. If we run Cunning Ally, we'd go up to 39. So it'd be like a 50-50 chance to draw an extra Firebolt, which is kind of tempting, and it would kind of push our curve. Well, it would push us more heavy on the 3 drops. Huh. Keep looking. Enchanted Plate is an option. We could just stick with the Rapid Shot. Yeah, let's do that. Drops our curve a little bit. Skilled Blacksmith could be nice, but I'd rather filter through the deck. Although we are losing out on a decent body. Alrighty, let's just take this on the ladder. We don't have to do any awkward transitions because I already had the deck mostly ready today, besides the one last minute change we made. But forgive me. Sometimes I'm looking at things and I was like, yeah, we're running a good amount of items, but I don't think we're running enough. We're playing against Burn Assassin, which is a scary deck. I'll keep the Conscript. I don't think I wanted 2 Conscripts, though. That's pretty good.
I keep a spare blade in my boot.
See, like in this situation, we have a Mammoth, we have a Conscript. I'm probably just playing the Mammoth before I play the Conscript.
Your destruction is at hand.
I keep a spare blade in my
Last
boot.
Gasp Assassin?
Don't
Interesting.
underestimate me. I'm ready for you.
Not finding a 2-drop out of, what was it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Do your
Something
work.
like that. Was
This day
a little,
is mine.
little sad. Let's just contest the beefy boy. We're in trouble though. It's looking like a pretty aggressive assassin. That lack of a 2-drop really killed us here.
Time has come.
Don't underestimate me.
This could be good if we survive long enough. If there's a creature in each lane, we're gonna get hit here, but there's nothing we can really do to stop it.
Do your work.
This is all just ow. I do have a purple, and I have a red in play, so we can trigger this.
Gladly give my life to keep Daggerfall safe.
Probably gonna want to buff Mace of Encumbrance. Because we're gonna play Steel Dagger right now.
Charge!
Just trade this guy in.
Time to take matters into my own hands.
We might have to hope that the guard on Conjuration Scholar just sticks. However, we could just be dead.
Don't
next turn.
underestimate me.
He has Lightning Bolt lethal now. Which, when you're playing against a blue deck, Lightning Bolt lethal is never a situation that you want to be in.
I keep a spare blade in my belt.
Dark Rebirth is very odd in a deck that's this aggressive. I don't think I can set up enough damage to try and win. If I play this down, we'll have 2, 4, 8, 10. And then we could drop down another 4, 6. No. So we're not winning in one turn no matter what. And if he plays... Gotta keep in mind that this would trigger.
I've gotta get out of here. I don't want to die.
Like, if he has Cliff Racer, we were dead, even if we dropped the Conjuration Scholar, so I didn't play it quite yet.
Honorless insects. They dare
If he has a Dark
face me.
Rebirth, we just lose to that. Alright, so he had a pretty solid draw there. And we just kind of bricked. I mean, I think we play like 4 6-cost cards, or... No, we play 6 6-cost cards, and we drew 2 of them in 8 draws or something like that. Let's get another one. We lost to an actual Burn Assassin there, and it went how it usually does. They did nothing for 5 turns and won. They had the ring and double market Hex Mage ready on turn 5. That's game. There's nothing you do about that. You just lose. So, we decided not to include it. You guys saw me play that type of deck enough. You know how it works. It's garbage. Makes me feel bad to play it. Oh, this hand is something. Really curious how they're going to handle those types of decks.
I keep a spare blade in my
Like,
belt.
Abomination Scout was already almost too good. Now we have Abomination Empire, which can go off on like turn 5. We've got Burn Assassin that goes off on like turn 6.
Soldiers,
And it's like,
report.
I don't know.
Your orders.
Like, I know we're not getting any balance, at least for the next month, because of Master Series. So I'm curious where we're heading in the future. Alright, so if this is either Token Mage or Action Mage.
I come bearing gifts.
I'm ready for you.
At the moment, I don't have a good follow-up play, so we're going to push the damage, let him take that trade, and if we need to, we can Steel Dagger onto that. But I really just wanted to preserve the negation and try and hold the life lead for Royal Sage.
The eight
Alright, so he's all in on tokens, apparently. Or at least it looks like it.
into the breach. I hear and
We'll start
obey.
drawing some better cards soon. Maybe. That's a pretty good card. We should still hold the life lead going into next turn.
Into the breach.
There's a plan. There's
Alright,
always
this is okay.
a plan.
Less okay.
Your orders. How can I serve? Leave nothing.
If I attack, I only bring him down to 27. Oddly enough.
defeated.
What? Alright, let's get another one. That one obviously doesn't count. Eventually we're gonna have a normal match with this game. Or this deck. We just get beat down by very good drawn aggro assassin, and then our opponent randomly forfeits when they're winning. And other than that, I just played a couple, you know, burn assassin with ring and perfect draw. And then in between I had a Dagoth with ring and triple hand of Dagoth on turns 4, 5, and 6. Which is obviously an auto lose. So we're gonna see if I can get an actual game where the cards I play matter. Because most of the games I've played today, the cards I've played have not mattered yet. Rigorous Bumblebee, will you be the one?
This might be handy.
Get an item in our hand. We've got nothing to trigger the Covenant Oathman at the moment. Harpy's fine.
This day is mine.
I'm mostly going for the Royal Sage next turn, I think. Young man.
Don't underestimate me.
I see you're in need of my wisdom.
Your time has come.
Gonna be a lightning bolt on this. Or another Harpy.
Close ranks. Let nothing through.
No, it's just the exact answer he needed to get past this. Okay. Sweet. We'll see if we see any more prophecies today besides just the ones that would win him the game.
I'm ready for you.
Alrighty, how are we gonna follow this up?
Let's take care of business, shall we?
I've got to get out of here. I don't want to die.
Alright, so we're gonna become even in the health game. Next turn I can Sparksmith and Steel Dagger. Or I can Covenant Oathman the Steel Dagger and boost it. Depends on what he goes for here. This guy can't be targeted, so almost no matter what, we have a way to trade into this, even if we need to use the Satanine. Okay.
Do your worst.
Time to take matters into my own hands.
Feels like my work never ends.
Now, this is a fight.
Well, we've got 6 on the board. Plus another 4. Getting close, actually. If he tries to hide in the shadow lane, we can just drop
I'll fight
Conjuration
to my
Scholar.
last breath.
That's how he's gonna win this game.
All right, here. Try
Do
this
your
on
worst.
exercise.
If I play this and he gets past it, I have to hope that I draw an item that we can play into Conjuration Scholar to trade into Lyris. Or I have to win next turn. If I don't, it's going to deal 1 damage to me, and then another 5, so I'll be down to 10. Which might be okay.
You can't
Let's try it.
defeat me.
Worst case scenario, he has to use... I think this goes face. Because now, if he doesn't win this turn, it gives us the option of Satanine lethal.
I'll strike you down.
Let's go.
I come bearing gifts.
Satanine into Ebon Thread. And we'll win that one.
Dust with you.
That was a weird game. That one was a really weird game. Oh man. Alrighty. Well, that's going to be it for this one. Obviously, tomorrow we'll be back with how to buff this deck up. And there's a whole lot of ways that you can make this deck better. This was one of the harder ones that I've had to build. Because there's been a lot of cards that I would, like, put into the deck initially. And I was like, oh crap, that's an epic. Or, oh crap, that's from an adventure. So this one will have a lot of fun breaking down how to improve it. So hopefully you guys are looking forward to that tomorrow. And as you can see, it's a okay deck that just has some fun interactions because items are fun to play with. I don't think it's quite as good as the Guildsworn one. Possibly not even as good as the Dominion one. This one might be the lowest power so far. But I don't think Mobilize that is strong overall. And I really wanted to hone in on the items theme of Daggerfall. So I did what I could there. But yeah, that's going to be it for now, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed. We'll see you guys tomorrow with some deck upgrades. We'll see you then. Peace.